Hello, YouTubers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Patricia, aka P Dinah.
And I'm JD, aka JD.
And today we are going to be talking about a young girl named Madison. She's a 15-year-old teenager who has found herself caught between the crossroads of just being a teenager and following rules. And I think a lot of teenagers have this problem because you're in that age where you want to be an adult, do adult things, but you live in the confines of your parents' home where there are rules. And a lot of teenagers, they don't want to follow rules because they think they're an adult because they're independent from their parents, but then they're still under their parents' confines of
jurisdiction.
Jurisdiction, good word, yes. So this girl Madison is completely off the chain. Now we're gonna watch a video where she appeared on Dr. Phil, and they're talking about her behavior with her parents because she and her younger sister do very unprecedented things with their parents, like cussing the parents out, taking the car, doing what you want, being physically aggressive and violating your parents, like abuse of your parents, right? And so they're on Dr. Phil talking about everything. Okay, let's watch.
I gotta go. Come on.
Get off!
Stop. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Get away! You're I never want to talk to you again! Never! Leave! Okay, so what do you think of that?
She would have to leave my house. Some way, either in a box, a coffin, a body bag, or voluntarily.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way.
We're going to be scrapping in the hallway. That's what's going to happen.
Was that her dad?
That's her dad.
See, no, she'd have to leave my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would have to leave.
Yeah, she wouldn't live in my house.
But let me ask you a question. I know we say with side, like you'd have to leave, but if that's your child, you love your child, you know what could happen to your child if they left the home.
No, she'd have to go to a facility. Not like
right.
on her own.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Not loose on the world.
Oh, okay. So you're saying...
I wouldn't let that loose on the world.
Right.
I'd have to call somebody.
Right.
Come and get her.
And that's what's happened.
Yeah.
They're on Dr. Phil's, and that's what Dr. Phil is saying. Because Dr. Phil, he tries to have talks with the families to come to a resolution. Dr. Phil said, basically, we cannot help you. Like, your family is dysfunctional.
Did Dr. Phil say that?
Mm-hmm. And this child needs to go to a residential facility.
That's what.
And this is the problem, I believe. I think there are a lot of young kids out there who do this that don't get the treatment that they need, and the parents try to deal with them.
No.
And then these children are running loose in the world, misbehaving because they can't be controlled at home.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
And so that's what happens. But what do you do when the child refuses to go to the facility? Refuses to go.
They have to leave my house.
Yeah.
By any means necessary.
Yeah.
So if they want to go. Could you live with that? Every day?
Yeah.
Chaos and turmoil.
Not wanting to follow rules.
And you don't want to go home. Your home is your sanctuary where you go decompress and kind of,
Yeah.
That you can't go every time you go home from work or come home from work, you got to you got to deal with that.
Right, yeah.
So you have no place to just be,
Like,
no.
but with the same mind, because you literally go crazy.
I would go crazy.
Your child just put you in the nut house.
I would be,
right?
I would be on forensics. Doing the luminol.
You would be behind bars in prison. You'd be like, my child put me in prison.
My child put me in prison.
My child put me in prison.
We brought this child into the world. We brought her into the world. We nurtured her. But then, let's ask ourselves, why is she like? Where are her parents? Seems like she had no structure at all growing up.
Yeah,
like she could do whatever she wanted to do, even at a young age. She could go out, hang out with her friends, spend the night, to probably days at a time. And then when you try to introduce some structure, and she's how old?
She's 15.
See, you can't do that. You got to nip it in the bud when they're like young.
Like real young.
My mom used to always say, I had to nip it in the bud.
Right.
Because when they get to be so old, there's nothing you could do, but it's out of control. The cart is sailing down the hill with no brakes.
Right.
You got to, it seems like it's the parents.
In the beginning, I think it starts with the parents. Everything starts with the parents. But then I think, well, there are kids that have mental disorders, that have like an imbalance where no matter what you do to try to nip it in the bud, they just gonna be off the chain.
There's a chemical imbalance in their brain that needs to be regulated somehow. So I agree with you. You have to look at both sides.
Yeah, and I think that some families need to recognize children need to go to facilities. And when they don't, when you don't get your children the help that they need, we have children in the world that are not being taken care of at a young age before they cause the problems, before they kill someone, before they end up destroying other people's lives. They need to understand that they got to get their child help before it goes into the world. And then, we're dealing with it.
And then can you imagine her getting into a relationship? And then what that could bring to the other party or the other person? Could drag their life down. Because when people are in love, you can't tell them she could be like a terror. But he'd be like, oh, she just got, she's just going through it right now. But I love her. She good. She's not good. So I think families just need to understand that when your child is just off the chain like that, just be in the mindset, be strong to send them away. And there are a lot of resources out there to support families that need help with children that are just off the chain. Or if they're, if you can kind of get them in some programs like day programs or in the schools, like what we do at Life Smart Education, teaching kids important life skills, getting them to understand these skills at a very young age, coping skills, communication skills, conflict resolution.
All these things that can help kids. And they need to have access to these social skills while they're learning their academic skills. Like, these should be intertwined into the curriculum.
Right, they should be, shouldn't
they should be.
See, this is why we're here. We supplemental education to teach kids things that they don't learn in school or at home. Unfortunately, should be learned at home first.
Exactly, should be. So we have classes also for parents that we would love to do, but that's another video for another day. So this was our story of Madison off the chain. I know we got other kids doing the same thing. Let's watch a little bit more.
And she's willing to come back out now. So Madison, if you want to come back out, then you can come back out. Why did you leave, by the way?
Because I don't want to be around you.
Why did you decide to come back out?
Is this her mom she has conflict with? Or
because she looking at her mom and saying, I don't want to be with you.
So she's a teenage girl and her mom. Teenage girls and their mothers. There's always an issue. Every friend or people I know with teenage daughters, the female, the mom.
There's something with girls, man.
I think because it's the hormones. It's hormones.
It's hormonal.
It's very hormonal. So you gotta kind of, people deal with it. Some people can't. Maybe her mother was like, oh, baby, so permissive still. And then she tried to reel her in at some point, and she was like, "Are you crazy? You do know who you're talking to, Mama? I'm Madison. You don't know who Madison is?
They feel emboldened.
They do. I'm the queen of the world.
Right. I will be young forever and do what I want to do.
Right. And you're old and you're about to die.
Right. Right. Okay.
Well, they talked to me and told me that my sister would be coming back out here with me.
I'm sorry?
They told me my sister would be coming out here with me.
No, that's not true.
So she has a younger sister that she listens to. So her and her younger sister are exactly the way they behave. So they want to be their own family. without their parents. They want to just treat their parents any old kind of way.
Well, get your apartment.
Go get you a job, drop out of school, and try to do that on your own. Just go try.
Pay your rent.
Right.
Take care of all the things you need to do as an adult person.
Right.
And don't come to me for anything. You're on your own.
Right. But these kids, they think they know it all, and they don't.
But wait a minute. Didn't you think did you have that attitude? You thought you like, I'm going to do my thing?
I did, but when I was alone with my thoughts, I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. Okay. Some sense came into my head.
Yeah, you thought about it.
I thought about it.
Because you were the good girl, remember? You were the angel. I did nothing wrong. She did nothing wrong, according to her.
I said I'm going to think about it.
Okay.
I'm going to think about it.
Did you? And then you would come to your senses and be like, okay.
Yeah, I'll let you know when it pops in my head, okay?
Oh, okay.
Matter of fact, I'll call my mother and ask her on a video. That's a good way. Without me prompting her, I'll call her and ask her, was I a good child?
That's a fantastic idea.
Okay, good.
I love it.
Okay, we'll do that. We're at 1 minute, 25 seconds.
And don't edit the video before I see it.
I won't edit. I will do it with you on the phone. We'll just call her out of the blue. I promise you.
Okay.
I won't even say anything to her beforehand.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Well, that's not true.
That you were going to talk to me for a couple of minutes and she'd come out here.
No, she's not coming out here, and I'm not going to talk to her. So if you came out with that expectation and want to leave, it's okay.
It's okay.
Because that's not what they told you.
It's okay. I'll stay out here.
Yeah. I'm sure they told you I would decide whether to talk to your little sister or not, and my decision is not. At this point, I want to be very clear. This is a dysfunctional family unit. This is not all you.
Yes, sir.
It's not all the little sister. It's not all the kids. It's not all the parents. You guys have created a highly dysfunctional family unit. And my recommendation is going to be very specific, and I'm just a recommender. You guys have to decide what you want to do. You guys have to decide what you want to do. I think this family needs a serious break right now. I think that Madison is out of control. I think she has no respect for boundaries. I think she has no respect for either of you. I think she feels like she can do what she wants to do when she wants to do it. And if she just raises enough chaos that she'll get away with it and just leave. And when the police have been called as many times as they had, and domestic violence charges and all of that, we've spoken to the prosecutors in your county. If for a repeat offender, they most likely would deal with her as an adult. She could be looking at anywhere from 1 to 5 years in prison because she's a repeat offender. Interestingly enough, the grand theft auto would probably be a probation. But the repeat offenders on the violence and the other things would probably result in jail time. So there's serious exposure there. And with additional transgressions, it would get worse. And if that happens, I would tell you to let that happen. I would file the charges.
Okay. That, because you want to get into the system, because the system is not about rehabilitation. That's the problem.
Yeah.
The system is about punishment.
Right.
Some people need rehabilitation.
Right.
So if she gets into the system, she's probably going to get worse.
Absolutely. This is why going away to a residential facility to nip it in the bud is so important, because they're looking at putting her in prison for all of the things that she's done as a child.
I think they need to just send her to a facility,
right,
not jail.
And this is, I think, the problem that a lot of parents have that end up having children that end up getting in the system. They don't get their children the help before they end up getting into the system.
Right. So yeah, definitely. Because she's 15.
Right.
She doesn't have that emotional intelligence. Is that
Yeah, right. She doesn't have the emotional intelligence.
to discern where, like you used to think about it. You go get in your thoughts.
Yeah, think about the consequences of what I just said I'm going to do.
Right.
Like, no,
Right.
I ain't going to do that.
She doesn't have that capability. For some reason, you had that.
Right, yeah.
And some people are more mature at a certain age. You have mature 15-year-olds. Mm-hmm. You have immature, very immature, childlike.
Yes, yes.
You know, 15. Then you have older people that aren't mature.
Yeah.
They can't have that kind of capability to do the things they need to do.
Right. So this is why it's so important, because I think that's how a lot of children end up in the system. They don't really get the help they need when they're younger before they end up doing the crime.
Right.
You know, because think about what would she end up doing if she didn't get help? She'd end up committing crimes because she's not going to have the support of her family and her parents, or she'll end up getting, pimped out to a pimp, or, being a prostitute, getting hooked on drugs. Like, it's just downhill.
Or when she's in the system, she's going to have a girlfriend.
Yeah, and then she's going to end up probably liking that lifestyle and wanting to go back to prison. Because a lot of times it's like, I don't know what to do in the real world, so I'm just going to leave and, do a crime again and get back in prison because that's where they feel comfortable. I mean, like, that really happens.
Yeah, it does.
I would allow the system to take its course, because at some point she needs to understand that when you choose the behavior, you choose the consequences. It's just that simple. It's better than being dead, and she's putting herself in harm's way.
Yeah.
When you choose the behavior, you choose the consequences.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one.
I still don't agree with the jail part, but okay. There's other ways to do that.
Yeah, but
and get her into a facility first, and if she continues her behaviors, then send her to jail. Because you've tried. I tried.
You tried. I tried. You know what? It's just time for you to just.
And I need my life. I can't live like that. Her mama looked like she was 90.
Yeah, you age. Your children's aging you when you let them act out like this. They're really causing you to lose your youthfulness. And no woman doesn't want to lose her youthfulness unnecessarily.
Right.
You want to stay as youthful and as long as possible. And the other option is just don't have no kids. Look, just stop having kids, because the kids are driving the parents crazy, and the parents just can't have a quality of life. Children need to bring quality to your life. Well, not destruction.
They're going to bring a little turmoil.
A little bit, but to make you age and feel like you're just going to jump off the deep end somewhere,
I'm childless, so good.
Yes, he's childless and just looking young as ever.
Oh, yeah, thank you. But,
So, that's what you do. You end up just getting your child in a facility, or you just wait until they commit the crimes, and then there's prison waiting for them. It's that simple, right?
Is it waiting for
you choose? Yeah, you choose the crime. You choose the consequences.
So yes.
Because everybody that's in prison, you have to think about it. They've chosen to be there. They made a choice to do something bad to get them in prison.
Right.
Right.
But there needs to be rehabilitation,
because people make mistakes. People do things that had they known better, they would have done better, kind of a thing. Right?
But they still do. I was raised right. I was raised, well.
Yeah, you were.
But I still did things. I borrowed my mom's car.
Your mom's car. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we'll leave it at that. Okay. Borrowed it.
Thank you.
Okay. You're lucky you didn't do something to hurt somebody. Okay.
Yes. But I wasn't driving crazy.
Yeah, but still doesn't matter. You could have easily done something. Don't try to make excuses for your behavior.
Right.
Don't make excuses. Okay? You saying I was driving carefully.
Yeah,
no.
You're right. I could have.
See how you just made an excuse?
No, but she's right. I'm admitting now. I could have hurt someone.
Yeah, you could have really done something bad. So no. Okay. All right. All right. We hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Remember to support Life Smart Education. There's a donate button if you want to support the work that we do with young people and social emotional learning. or make a comment, like, and yeah, subscribe to our channel.
And share.
And share. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.